do it.
How did you even do that?
Just slowly push it.
So, lately I've been actually editing the beginning of the video off.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes up to a whole minute.
Oh, is it because we're not doing anything for that first minute?
Right, because we hit the button and then we sit down and we blah, blah, blah. Like, where before I would basically just be like, this is the beginning, so we just do it. Like, remember there's actually that whole episode where it's like, the first 6 minutes are us it's looking through the window as we're outside smoking, and then we come in and you're like, are we recording? I'm like, yep. And I didn't edit it out. So it's like, God. The first 6 minutes of the video is nothing.
That's terrible. It's just like, what are they doing? The show gonna ever start? Dude, that's bad.
It's
bad.
Funny. It's funny. It's funny.
It's funny in like hindsight.
It was funny then. That's why I did it. I did it intentionally.
Alright.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Is it a doll? You know, you gotta do like some crazy voice. Wait. Or could you go like, is it a doll? Is it a cat? Perfect. Yeah, right. Or would you go like, we could do like rock and soul, right? Is it a dog? Is it a cat? Perfect. Alright, one more. Go like Elvis with it. I wish I could actually do his voice at times. What is that weird southern rock? I don't know that one. It almost kind of made me think of like Oriental music. Not this one, the one you just did. Yeah, I don't know why, but what is that? That it's not a guitar, but like the thing that they use with the little scraper-looking crap.
Yeah, there's a steel guitar, but if you're talking about the one like an Asian, I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese.
I feel like both was used.
Maybe. Yeah, where like it sits on the table. It's like on a table, and you pluck it.
No. It's like you would still hold it almost like a guitar, but like
a sitar.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the thing that you, instead of picking it with your hands or even with a pick, you like have this weird wooden thing and like has. I don't know, man. I don't even know how to describe it. Like,
you're not even telling me anything.
It's just.
You're not even telling me
anything. Okay, so the wood piece is shaped like.
You're not even telling me anything.
The wood piece is shaped like as if you had a car scraper, like an ice scraper. Just it's shaped like that, but like you just play with it. Like they usually do it to make like a noise or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just something I've seen. I'm like, what the heck is that and why?
Sounds like a sitar.
Maybe. I don't know.
I might be wrong though. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know that I've seen it.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I've seen it and just been like, I don't know what that is.
I can tell you.
It's blowing my mind.
Yeah. So wait, what's the topic of the day?
Oh, actually.
What are we doing this week?
Topic of the day is not this because that's D&D.
Well, that was last week.
That was last week's. I had a question.
Yeah.
And so it's on our notes.
Okay. Yeah. The ones that we have forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ones that we do have forever. Let's go to the notebooks, individualized, and we'll go to.
I do have a. What would you call it? Well, I guess it would be. See, what's funny is because of the recording schedule, what's considered a current topic
may not be a current topic.
Totally not. By the time it gets, if we talk about current topics, by the time it comes out, people are like, "That's old news."
Like, dude,
like,
you guys
remember
are so behind.
when we talked about Chaz, and then in the video we asked, "I wonder how much longer it will last." By the time that came out, it was like that was done like weeks ago, man.
Really? That's awesome. Okay.
You guys are so behind.
That's fantastic. Okay, so the question is.
Yeah. Okay.
This is something I've been asking. I asked one of our friends, and he told me yes that I was a dick for this. But is it bad to tell someone that you love? Is it bad to tell someone that you love someone else more than them? Okay. So if you are approached by another person, right? No matter what they are, who they are, they approach you, and they're like, "I love you. Do you love me?" And it's like, if your answer is yes, totally say yes. This is my belief. But like, if they're pushing it towards something else, I believe that you should be upfront and just be like, I don't love you on that same scale that you love me. Unfortunately, there's someone else.
Yeah.
And like,
no, that's totally,
I feel like that's okay.
No, that's great. You should totally do that. People don't like mixed signals.
Yes,
and
right?
You shouldn't lead someone on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, that was the way I worded it.
The way you worded it sounds like you're a jerk.
I was gonna say, the way I worded it just now is probably the appropriate way to word it. The way
I'm saying what you just read,
yes.
The way you read the question was awful.
Yes, that's exactly how I worded it though, the first time I did it.
That was a head scratcher of like, well, that seems like the most rude thing you could possibly do to somebody. But like when
like I felt like I've had time to think about how to actually word this.
Yeah,
that's why I worded it. That's why I worded it the way I did this time. Because the first time was literally like, yeah, I love you, but not as much as I love this other person. And it was not the response
that they wanted. It never is
at all.
It never is.
And like I was like, well, then how's a good way to fix it? And which is why I worded it the way I did this time. Was just like, there's no good way to fix that.
No.
But I think there's a good way to approach it with them where it's not.
There's more tact.
Yeah, not
you
so
can use
brutal.
You can use tact with it.
And that really was what it came down to. Was just I realized maybe I just should have said it a different way. And not that it was wrong for me to say what I said, just how I said it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I did actually want to ask that question I'm glad you're on that same side, that yes, you can say that to someone. And you probably should say that to someone.
If it's the truth.
Yeah, because like, there's no point in leading anyone on. There's no point in just being a total jackwagon about it, which... Jackwagon. Okay, so Zach and I were driving down the road.
I do have something I want to talk about. This sounds better.
Okay.
Jackwagon.
Yeah, we were driving down the road, and this dirty, Forerunner drove by us, and on the back end, on the windshield was Jackwagon, and then they had a big heart and like kissy face, and I'm like, do they think this is like a good thing, or do they realize it's an insult to this person? Now they're just driving down the road with Jackwagon.
If his name's Jack,
that's a terrible nickname. That's something we thought of as well. Okay, it's like maybe his name is Jack and they call him Jackwagon. And I'm like, that's just awful. Like,
well, I mean, I've never heard it as an insult until just now when you were like, "That's a Jackwagon." I've never heard that before.
You've never heard Jackwagon?
No.
That's weird.
No, dude, you must be way more country than me.
Just coming from the... No. Okay, no. Well, that will be what we
you
get.
hillbilly.
I mean, I might be a redneck, but I'm very black, so you can never tell.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I mean, I've just been waiting for you to I feel like the joke's been getting old. This whole, like, blackface thing.
Oh, no.
I think it's getting
that joke
old.
never gets old. I love showing it off, especially when you go to a white family's house,
Yeah.
and then, like, I go to the bathroom sometimes and wipe it off and come out, and they're like, who is this guy? Oh my god, if I could, I really would do that.
I mean, that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Like, 20 years, James? You've been tricking me for 20 years! It's getting old!
I would love it.
This perpetual lie.
Dude, that'd be a lot of prosthetics though, because like, I definitely have a black guy's nose.
Oh yeah. That would be funny. It's like, you guys... But, okay, so then at that point, would it be racist? Because it's like, no, I've been blackface my whole life. I've been living like I am a black man.
Oh my god.
Nobody knows that I'm white.
But that'd be the thing, right? It's like I haven't done any black stereotypes because I get called that I'm white all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So like, it's just like I've been wearing blackface, acting like myself.
That'd be great.
Oh my god, I would love it, but I have no clue honestly.
So it would be racist?
Yeah, I have no clue.
I don't either. Because if it's a lifestyle.
Right? There's people identifying as black people all the time.
Oh, they're
black.
like, not black.
Yeah, you're like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? What did it say? It's someone we know. I think it's someone we both know. Was telling us about a person that changed their name to something that was like super like African, black kind of thing, and they were like white dude. And it's just like, what? Why? It's like, because I identify as a black man. It's like, but you're not. Identify as yourself. Because otherwise this seems very racist.
Yeah,
choice.
yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, that's a really weird one.
Like, honestly, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, so there's something that's been bothering me. I actually meant to talk about it like months ago. Okay. There's something that's been bothering me. So I find it really annoying. I'm gonna start asking more people because it frustrates me, and I'd like to get. And so I'm asking you because I bet you can actually give me an answer. Okay, well I'll just put it this way. So, I like politics stuff all the time, right? Like the podcast earlier I was listening to is a political podcast. I listen to one at 8 a.m., I listen to one at 10 a.m., and I listen to one at 8 p.m. every day. Political, yeah, and then between that I read the news.
Yeah. You're one of the few people our age that probably reads news. Not watches news, reads news.
Yeah, I do both.
It's freaking weird.
But anyways, so I was watching one of my political podcasts, and someone said something to the effect of like, Donald Trump was the worst president ever, and I was just like, okay, what did he do you didn't like?
Okay.
And then their response was just like, I don't want to talk about it. You don't have an answer? Just name one thing. It's like, well, I didn't like him. Okay, like what's one thing he did that you didn't like? I don't want to talk about it. And like, so I'm just really frustrated because if you're gonna say worst ever, you should have something you can immediately point at and be like, well, that.
Yeah.
Because you think that, right?
Yeah, you should definitely have something along those lines. Of like, if you think this person is terrible.
I dropped it because, whatever. I dropped it, but it's just been frustrating because, like, I can sit here, even though I think you did a great job, and I can point at several things.
Yeah.
I think the re-signing of the, what's that thing called? Patriot Act?
Yeah.
Reinitiating the Patriot Act was stupid. The way that he didn't do anything about tech monopoly, all of whatever it's called. You know how Google and Twitter and Facebook, the way that they're running their stuff, just
media conglomerate.
Yeah, the conglomerates. Yeah, I don't like the way that that's being handled. I think the government should have done something about it, but they didn't. Whatever. But that's something I can point at. And then those are the two big ones.
Yeah, I mean, that's still
the
something.
point being that it's like, even though I'm like, I think he did a good job, but here's what he did wrong and here's what he did wrong.
Yeah.
And then I can say the same thing with Obama, where I can point at a couple things that he did where I think they were terrible. Like, I don't like Obamacare. I think that was a terrible idea.
I mean, they have Biden care, and it's like, that's always the first thing that I don't like about Biden. I'm like, dude, why are you forcing me
First thing I
to
don't like
get
about
back?
Biden was freaking bombing Syria, like, in the first week. I didn't like that about Biden.
That's a choice. That's a choice.
Yeah, it is.
Have you seen the memes for those, though, where it was like, Biden, where's my stimulus packet? I got you. Bomb Syria. It's like, what? Okay. That was definitely a choice.
I think you misheard us. Nah, baby.
I got you, guys.
But then like Obamacare, and then there's another big one was Common Core, introduction of Common Core into the school system. I didn't like that. And then I can go back to Bush and I could say I didn't like the Patriot Act. Because he was the one that put it into existence.
Yeah.
And then the starting an endless war over weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist, that he knew didn't exist. And he said, yeah, but it's whatever.
We just did a war.
We already did it. We thought they were there. It's like, no, the UN said they weren't. They checked. And it's like, yeah, we didn't trust them.
Those dirty human people.
We didn't trust them, so we went in and killed the guy. We hung him on public TV.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, that part was kind of crazy.
Didn't like that. Then we can go back, and I can look at Clinton, right? Bill Clinton. I didn't like the expansion of the war on drugs that he started, and some of the extended prison sentences that he put into place over certain crimes. Didn't like any of that. I think that was all bad. And there's some other stuff too, like what he got China into the trade organization.
Wow.
I forget what it's called. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But he got China brought into that. It's something for like developing nations thing.
Is it the STA something?
I don't remember what it's called.
T or something. It's a weird name.
I don't know
Not
what it's
stat,
called.
but anyways.
And then I can go back to Bush Senior, And I could be like, what I didn't like about him was the fact that he also attacked Iraq and invaded them. I didn't think that was a good one. And I'm not too familiar with the rest of his stuff. But so the point being that I can go look at every president since I've been alive and be like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I actually know. I don't just say, well, I didn't like that guy. Yeah. And how can you just say you just don't like him when you have no idea what it is you don't like? You can't point at a thing and say I didn't like it.
Well, can you point at something and like it and not have a reason for liking it? Or a person? Because, actually, this is my segue, because this is something I did want to talk about.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage.
Great.
The amazing man.
Awesome. Love that guy.
So, I go out of my way to watch Nicolas Cage movies.
As one should.
Yes, totally go out of my way. And my thought process is, I'm like, man, this man's a terrible actor. Sometimes he's good, but for the most part, he's a terrible actor. Great. But I love watching him act. There's just something about him that I'm like, I just love watching your awful B-rate movies for some reason that you like to be in every now and then. Even the A-list movies are sometimes just god-awful.
Because, there's a few movies he's in that are really good, and people always point at, Con Air, and I'm like, yeah, it's a good one, but there's some...
I like Con in 60 Seconds.
That's a good one.
But
and then also, Lord of War. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Really good movie.
Did you like The Wicker Man?
I haven't seen that one.
That was a trash movie, but
absolutely.
It was so bad.
But wasn't Nicolas Cage the reason it was good?
Yes, that's the reason that I loved it. I loved it because of Nicolas Cage. Yeah. The Beast! It's what?
That's a classic.
Alright, but that's such a great movie. And but not really. That's the thing. Right. So that's what I'm saying, objectively, if you like something, even if you're I have no clue why I like it, because I can't tell you why I actually like Nick Cage, when everything that he does is things that I don't like about other actors. Mm-hmm. And how he overacts, the way he overacts. There's so much about him that I'm like,
it's charisma.
Terrible.
That's what I would say.
Maybe it is.
And I'd be like, he's really charismatic to me. There's something about the way that he does it that is just great. It's charming.
Yeah, and it's
charmingly bad.
Maybe that's really what it is, but I can't point my finger as to why. You're giving it a reason. Mm-hmm. It's but I can't even say if that's probably it. Mm-hmm. But it's for a while, just subjectively, I just like Nicolas Cage. I'm just yeah.
You've already given reasons, though. You gave reasons to why you liked him.
The reasons being that I don't know why, but I like his stuff. I like the way he acts in them, that he's terrible.
Yes, those are reasons. I like the way he acts, even though he acts ways that other actors I don't like when they act like that. You like his choice of movies, the B movies that he's in. You like the fact that some of them are so bad they're good. You like his good movies.
Yes,
see, you're giving reasons why you do, where you're I can't put my finger on one thing, but it's this all together.
Maybe that's really what it is.
That's already more of an explanation than I just don't like him.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, you're right. It's just. I guess there's something that was going through my head where I'm I know I just like this dude.
But you just gave reasons.
Yeah, I did. I didn't think about it. I never thought of those as reasons.
Those are definitely reasons.
I guess the reason I didn't think of them as reasons is because I see other actors do those, and I'm that was awful. Why the heck would you choose to do that? Yeah. Why was this your choice of this?
Okay, we hold different people to different standards based on who they are. So obviously, you look at Nick Cage and you're your standard is all the way down here.
Apparently, yeah, it's ground floor. You don't have to go anywhere.
As long as you can raise 1 inch above that standard I've set for you, it's awesome.
Isn't that insulting?
Oh yeah, kind of. But then you look at someone like Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah.
And it's I think there's more movies now. Nowadays, I think there's more movies he's been in that I don't like him in than there are that I do like him in. And it's because his own standard, though, that's been set through his career of me watching him do stuff where I'm knock it out the park, 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 and then all of a sudden it's what are you doing? What are you even doing anymore?
Where you have to, the moment you have to question what the actor is doing, especially one like Johnny Depp, is when it becomes it does become bad. The moment you have to question it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is the standard that I set for him is way higher than the one for Nick Cage because if you look at Johnny Depp, I don't remember was Edward Scissorhands his first movie or was there was more than that, right?
Yeah.
That was the first one.
It was 21 Jump Street was before that, if I'm not mistaken.
21 Jump Street?
Yeah.
The comedy? With Seth Rogen?
Well, no, that was Jonah Hill and what's his name? Channing Tatum. I can't say his name.
Channing Taylor? Channing Taylor?
No, Tatum.
Tatum?
Tatum? Sure. That guy.
Chad Tatum?
That's the remake of 21 Jump Street with,
okay.
the original was Johnny Depp.
Okay, yeah. But anyways, so, which apparently that one was a really good movie too. I haven't seen it though.
I haven't seen it. I've heard good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But so, you got Edward Scissorhands, you got whatever that other, the Barber movie.
Sweetie Todd.
Sweetie Todd. The first Pirates of the Caribbean.
Secret Window.
Yeah. See, I haven't seen that one. But
that's actually probably one of my favorite Johnny Depp movies.
What was another good one?
No.
Finding Neverland. Wasn't that him? Finding
The
Neverland.
one with the kid, right?
Mm.
Pretty sure it's one with the kid where he's like a writer.
Yes.
And the kid.
Yes.
Yeah. And the kid's mom.
And that's actually like one of his. He's still eccentric in that, but it's one of his more serious, like, where he's not just a crazy guy.
Yeah, but then you could go into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, that's where it's like,
what was this?
Exactly, but that's because the standard has been set, where it was like, dude, you're really good in all these roles.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a lot of good stuff.
So good movies in it.
Where he's awesome in it.
Yeah.
And so his standard has been set higher by us because he raised the bar himself. But then you also have Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey started off as just this wacky, zany dude, but then all of a sudden he goes into some serious movies, and you're like, whoa, dude, you are great at this.
He is, but I prefer funny Jim Carrey.
I don't know which one I prefer, actually.
I think I prefer funny Jim Carrey just because that's what I grew up on. Like, and then seeing him be like super dark and serious is like, especially after looking at his like what happened in his life recently. But it's like it feels like that just kind of pushed into his world, in his acting world. And that's where I've been like, I don't know if I want to watch you be really sad and depressed, especially after all the stuff that happened in your life recently. Like, I feel like it's just there's too much hitting home, and you're just wanting to delve into this darkness that you probably shouldn't be in.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Because I mean, I know he was the one that pushed to be in serious movies. Like his what do they call it? Agent. Yeah, his agent was like, hey, we got more content. He's like, no, I want to be in the.
I want people to start taking me as a serious actor now.
What was that movie? Something Dream? It's the one where it's like all in his head. Crap. Summer Night? I can't think of the name of it now. It was like the first serious movie he did.
I don't know. The only one that comes to my head is like The Spotless Mind.
That was it. Yes, Eternal Sunshine, Spotless Mind. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, that was his first like serious role.
I guess that wasn't it?
And then you had 23, which I thought was really good.
That was a serious movie?
23? I mean, he wasn't a comedian in it. I'm not going to argue there was a serious one.
okay, that's fine.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say he didn't play a funny guy in it.
Because I think the last funny movie I really saw him in was Yes Man.
Yeah.
And that was, that to me was a hilarious movie.
Well, what about Sonic?
That was a recent movie too. That was like last year.
He was a funny guy in that, right?
He was Eggman, and Eggman, the way he played him was definitely pretty funny.
Grinch, that was good, but Yes Man, Yes Man was after Grinch.
Yeah.
But Grinch, he was funny.
The Grinch he was hilarious.
Yeah.
No, the reason I like Yes Man is because my friend Blake and I used to do the whole like, the rays boo for some odd reason. Because it's the way he does it. Sorry. I'm sorry I butchered that, guys, but he does that like throughout the movie a little bit. It's just,
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you not watch Yes Man? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross at times.
Well, I know it's about a dude who says yes to everything.
Yeah, but it doesn't start off that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It just starts off as a man who couldn't enjoy life, goes to a seminar and decides, you know what?
I'm going to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the whole thing of the movie.
People should enjoy life.
Yeah, but then there's the whole like.
You should also say no to things that are unreasonable.
That's exactly what it gets to. It gets to a point where he's like, you should have said no to several of these things. And so like, I guess that's the whole like thing of the movie is learn to enjoy life, but know when to say no.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say yes to everything.
Yeah. Anyways.
Didn't it have Zooey Deschanel in it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Gorgeous eyes. I think that's one of my favorite features about her. It's just mind-boggling to me how absolutely beautiful her eyes are. I don't say that about a lot of people, but hers, I just fall in love. I'm just like, I could sit here and just look into those blues. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Pretty little blue.
Sorry. My roommate keeps asking me about food.
Nothing like an out of tune guitar. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
We'll see you in a week.